Good morning. So I thought it'd be really nice to have you join me for a quiet day at home. I have been a full-time artist for 1 year now, and for once I am not traveling to a show or event. I got one order overnight, so I'm packing her up hopefully in time before our postal worker comes by. I love customizing my packaging as best I can because I think the unboxing experience is really important, but I try to be eco-friendly as well and try to minimize the amount of packaging while maximizing protection. From a business standpoint, I also try to keep my shipping materials to less than $1 per order average. Some stamped orders will only cost me like 10 cents, while bigger poster orders can cost up to $2 in just the shipping supplies. So all of it adds up when you plan on making hundreds or thousands of orders a year. And one of the other things I have to do today is unpack everything from my last event and finish counting the inventory. Counting inventory usually takes me like a couple hours, and it's extremely tedious, and it's one of my least favorite things to do. I have hired help to help me out with this aspect of the business, but there were some things that I didn't bring over, like these big bulky tote bags, so I don't mind spending a little bit of time just getting these sorted and out of the way. Now that that's finished, I really need to get to drawing some new stuff. I haven't posted anything new on social media in almost half a year. One of my best sellers is my soju posters, so I really want to make a companion piece for it. I knew I wanted to do a whiskey because I love the rich amber color of whiskey, and I was torn between Toki and Hibiki, but ultimately decided to go with Hibiki just because the bottle is prettier. In the almost 6 months of not posting new art, I have consistently lost a few hundred followers a week. Then I gained back 100 or so after attending a show, convention, or craft fair. So I've been straddling the same number of followers for several months. Follower count is so arbitrary, and you certainly don't need one to make a living as a convention artist. On top of that, I've noticed that a lot of conventions prefer you not to use social media as your portfolio, since it often requires an account to view, or people often have it unknowingly on private mode so jury members can't even see your work. But social media is honestly a really good supplement for your career, just so people can find your travel schedule. And you can use it to connect with other artists you meet and build relationships that way, which is honestly one of the most underrated valuable things you can do for your career. I think on average, I spend about 20 hours on an illustration, but more simple things like this whiskey bottle and glass will take me about 5 hours. I prefer to draw environments, so creating a whole building and in all its complex details easily takes me to the 20-hour mark. My longest piece took me about 50 hours to do. My whole brand is about creating safe places as illustrations for people to imagine their stories in. And I wanted to convey just a soft, warm, inviting, cozy place so viewers feel comfortable and calm. This brand identity stems from growing up in a home environment that was somewhat volatile, and creating these places in an art form is really therapeutic and kind of feeds into my escapism tendencies. I saw this little table online and I thought it was so cute. And I got this whole ass cart for something that was actually really light, so here's me just underestimating myself. I think one of my happiest phases in life is when I finally had my own space to fully control. It is just a mental relief when you have the privilege to live in a space that is your own and fill it with your life. I really think that your physical space is an expression of your inner state. People change all the time on the inside, so it makes sense for your dwellings to reflect that. To round out the day, I am back in the studio room late at night to try to finish this whiskey illustration. I have been working on this in chunks and just felt the urge to just pull through. Drawing really feels like a marathon, and trusting the process is really hard when I don't feel like I can fully imagine the whole piece. Anyways, I just kept adding details to the illustration as I felt it needed in the moment and managed to get like 90% finished. I just need to do the label, but that can be tomorrow's problem. Thank you for joining my workday, and I hope you have a really good night. See you next time.